day, I'm just enjoying my glass of draft Kirin beer. In addition to the great food, Musha has a wide variety of sake, soju, and Japanese beer. So this has a little bit of tofu and a little bit miso dressing and greens. Tangy and delicious. So this is where it all begins. It's the wood. A lot of people think that barbecue is about the sauce, but it's actually all about the hickory flavor. Wow, we're in barbecue heaven. Look at all these things that you can do with your smoker. You got pulled pork, ribs. All the locals know where to get the best strawberries in town. All right, so now we're in my favorite aisle, the baking aisle, because I love sweets.
After a long day of work, people love to unwind with a good beer.
Each country has a place to drink, like for example, here in the United States is a bar, and in England there's a pub. In Japan, we call izakaya.
Musha has brought the traditional izakaya experience to Torrance. People come not only for drinks, but for phenomenal food too. You've never seen pub grub like this.
So here at Musha, they don't just have Japanese food, but they have cuisine from all over the world. Right here is a fusion dish. It's Musha's Italian risotto. They serve it to you in a big block of cheese. And there's bacon, cream, and Japanese brown rice, and they put it in the cheese bowl. Okay, and so what you do is you go ahead and you scrape it down a little bit and mix it in with the risotto. So cheesy, it's so good.
Torrance resident Jeri Yoshizu is a regular, and she knows exactly what to order.
The ribeye is great. It's like super tender, it tastes really good. The fried chicken's really, really good.
I decided to take Jeri's advice and dive into the chicken.
So what I got right here is Musha's famous fried chicken. They marinate the chicken in sake, soy sauce, and a little bit of ginger. I'm gonna go ahead and try a little bite. It's really good.
The food is great, but there's another bonus.
What I hear is that good-looking people work here.
The best part of the night is catching up with old friends. And for Japanese natives, Musha reminds them of home.
This style is we call izakaya style. I love it. So whenever I visit here, I come here.
For Spotlight Torrance, I'm Ivy Dai.
You think you can get these smokers that don't cost that much money?
I've seen those.
And it's easy and it's delicious. So let's take a look. Ivy Dai is going to walk us through the process of smoking your barbecue.
When it comes to grilling meat, people make a big deal about the sauce. So what if your Uncle Bob says he has the best sauce for ribs? That's not what makes for great barbecue, according to the experts at Lucille's Smokehouse.
It's really about the meat and not about the sauce so much.
Memphis, St. Louis, or Texas style, smoking is the key to knock out flavor in tender meat. It's a long process, but it's definitely worth it. The first step, prepping your meat.
This item that we're working with now is our St. Louis ribs and our baby back ribs, which are both pork ribs. We're going to apply our dry rub to it, which has a blend of some chili powder, paprika, kosher salt, black pepper, several other spice blends in there. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to massage this onto the meat. You want to apply about 2 teaspoons to a tablespoon of seasoning per side of rack of ribs.
You can use a rub for other cuts of meat, like a pork shoulder. The coating flavors and tenderizes. For maximum bark or caramelization, use a rub with brown sugar. Since poultry cooks quickly, use a liquid marinade or your favorite barbecue sauce.
Our barbecue sauce has some molasses, honey, corn syrup, some tomato ketchup, brown sugar.
I tried my hand at marinating too. It was easy as pie.
We'll typically refrigerate this anywhere from 12 to 24 hours. At home, if you're going to do that, I would say at least 2 hours.
Next, it's off to the smoker.
So what's going to happen is we're going to go ahead and take this piece of wood and put it in the smoker, and it's going to give us some awesome flavor.
The ideal temperature is 225 to 250 degrees. As for time, you can smoke up to 18 hours.
It completely falls apart because this has been in here for about 16 to 18 hours.
Smoking at home is easy. Just add wood chips while you're grilling. Or you can buy a commercial smoker for around $60. And remember, sauce is only an afterthought. Real barbecue is all about the meat. For Spotlight Torrance, I'm Ivy Dai.
Cooking stuff from Ivy Dai.
A good cook can't go far without the right tools.
It cuts out your time, and it does make everything a little quicker, a little easier. And A good knife, you have to have a good knife. And you have to have good pots and pans. If you're a professional chef, they like the heavier things. If you're a novice chef, they like the non-stick.
Cooking Stuff offers 25,000 kitchen products. It's the best kept secret in town for home cooks.
I use a pressure cooker, which is my favorite thing in the store. I can cook a huge family meal in a quarter of the time.
The resident chef here shows how the right equipment saves time and energy.
If you were going to make a carrot cake and you needed to grate 4 cups of carrots, you can stand there on a box grater and you can scrape them up and down, scrape up your knuckles a little bit, and that would work, or you can get a food processor.
The motto at Cooking Stuff is, if we don't have it, you don't need it.
We have good, better, and best. You can buy a Farberware stainless steel pan, or you can go right on up to All-Clad, which is 5 times the price of a Farberware.
For the past 35 years, novice and professional chefs know they can find the brand names they trust, plus more.
All right, so now we're in my favorite aisle, the baking aisle, because I love sweets. So I've noticed that they have a great array of tart pans, so a lot of hard to find sizes.
And if being the ultimate resource wasn't enough, the store has another surprise in the works. They will soon open a cooking school next door. For Spotlight Torrance, I'm Ivy Dai. Your favorite summer fruit is grown closer than you think. There's 50 acres of farmland by the Torrance airport. Throughout the year, workers harvest strawberries and a variety of vegetables.
I'm the only farmer here in Torrance, so, for competition, anything, I don't have to worry.
Tom Ishibashi and his family run the last remaining farm in the city. They've been here for 55 years.
I'm not a big farmer like these people that's in Oxnard or other places, so I kind of stay with my little thing.
Ishibashi, who goes by Uncle Tom, turns 80 this year. He's been farming his whole life.
My zucchini is not green like everybody else's. I grow the white variety because to me, it's a lot tastier.
Each day, produce is picked, sorted, and sold at a stand on Crenshaw Boulevard. The whole family pitches in to help. Uncle Tom's niece, Karen, has worked there since she was a little girl.
I had the best time then because I worked with all my cousins. And so in the summer, we would all live at his house and we'd work at the farm.
Despite her line of work, she confesses she's not a produce lover.
I don't really eat fruit, so I don't eat a lot of strawberries.
That just means more for the customers. People come from all over the South Bay to buy their produce here. There's strawberries, of course, and a variety of freshly picked vegetables.
I come here because it's fresh and it's reliable and it's localized, to all the shopping. So, and when you like a good thing, why change it?
You want to keep this a secret. No, this is a great place. It really is, and I've come here for years. It's really worth the trip to come here.
As long as I'm healthy, I think I could keep going. It's you don't realize years go by and you sit down and you say, wow, I'm going to be 80 years old. What am I doing here? Everybody else is retired,
Uncle Tom may pass the farm on to his son-in-law, but running a 50-acre farm is no easy task.
It's hard for me to teach somebody that's been in the city, never grew up around a farm, because what I think that everybody should know is what he's got to learn.
In the meantime, this local mainstay isn't going anywhere, so come on down and taste a strawberry fresh from the field. For Spotlight Torrance, I'm Ivy Dai.
Let's take a look at Penzeys spices and all the ways you can spice up your life and your food.
Herbs and spices can add knockout flavor to your food, but chances are the jars in your cabinet aren't doing you any good.
Typically what's sitting in a supermarket shelf has sat there and used up most of its shelf life.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So it's already old by the time that you buy it?
Yeah, and then we tend to leave things in our cabinets at home a little bit longer than we should.
Dried herbs and spices need to be properly cared for.
Cool, dry, dark is very important. That'll extend the life as much as possible. Your ground spices will go year and a half, and anything that's whole will last a lot longer, maybe a year and a half, 2 years.
Making sure you get the freshest spices is just as important. For premium product, Penzeys and Torrance is the place to go.
We grind all our products in small batches, so everything is uniquely fresh.
Other companies only grind once a year, and customers at Penzeys say they can smell the difference.
They're a lot fresher. They're a lot more potent, so they go a lot longer, and they add a lot more flavor to the food that we cook. I am addicted to these spices. Yeah, we've probably got, I don't know, at least somewhere between a third and a half of the spices in this place at our house. We use all.
This is very good on pork roast, all cuts of pork, as well as chicken.
This one seems to have
fish
shells.
as well.
That's nice.
I'm Ivy Dai for Spotlight Torrance.